That party every week is very interesting. But, you know, you would have thought in the Christmas season they would have had Kris Kringle come down to Chillimany just for the kiddies, you know, something like that.
Ho, 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 ho.
You sure don't look like your pictures. Look at the foot. You better come along with me and I'll clean you up. Meet you in the bunker. Come on.
So bad, partner.
Harry, could it be my breath? Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who may feel the urgency to depart from the enclosure in which you now reside, the forthcoming sequence is predicated upon that supposition because here come the news. Here come the news.
Gee, Miss Garson, that was just great.
Thank you. Henry, come here, little fellow. Bug off! One for the money, two for the bread. When I sucked it too much, sweetie, this is what you said.
What's the news across the nation?
We have got the information in a way we hope will amuse you. We just love to give you our views.
Jet, life and looks at the news.
Come up and see me sometime.
Here's Dan.
And now with the news of the present, here's the man to whom the news wouldn't be the news without the news. Here's Sticky.
Try to hold it down. Following recent revelations that some automobile bumpers provide protection only up to 2.8 miles per hour, an industry spokesman offered this solution. In the future, bumpers will remain the same, but cars won't go over 2.8 miles per hour. When asked if they were concerned that loud rock music causes serious hearing loss, 350 avid teenage music fans unanimously replied, ah? Avid. And now, Goldie, do your thing.
Look out, world, I'm on my way. No, let's try. Look out, world, I'm on my way. Nothing can stop me now.
Goldie, what are you doing? What are you doing there, you little songbird?
I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, well, your thing is introducing me with the news of the future.
Whoopee! Ladies and gentlemen, here with the future news is Rowan Dan Rowan. Big thing. That was a big thing.
Yes, it was.
Look
Big.
out, world!
Thank you very much, Goldie. Oh, you're not going to do any more. Los Angeles, 1990, 20 years from now. A large group of angry, choking, coughing citizens groped their way to downtown Los Angeles today to form an organization to demand effective smog control. When asked if they thought they could fight City Hall, they said, "Fight City Hall? We can't even find City Hall." Smoggy out. Miami Beach, Florida, 1989, 20 years from now. With the merger of the Protestant and the Jewish religions now a reality, spokesman for the combined faiths said, "Things are working out great since we added seltzer to the baptismal water. We can now christen babies and burp them at the same time."
Laughing Newt goes way down south in the land of cotton for a leisurely look at what's happening in Dixie. Ooh.
Ah, but I heard the doorbell ringing. The guests must be arriving.
I didn't hear anything. Poor dear. He's getting old.
Well, Edith, Mary June, Wheat, time passes. You know, I think the Colonel had a wonderful idea recreating a night in the Old South. Now, those must have been wonderful days.
Oh, they were, Bobby Joe Jimmy. They were. They were high-blooded men in those days.
But the war came. Times was cruel and hard during the war. The Colonel told me that in winter they had no heat. The Colonel would look up and see the old folks freezing. There they were, the blue and the gray.
Oh, those were the days. And just think, Bobby Joe Jimmy, tonight we're gonna recreate those beautiful days. Thanks to the Colonel, Magnolia Mansion will live again.
I just saw the first guests arriving. We'd better start the party.
Yes, Colonel.
Remember now, serve from the left and don't spill anything. And you, boy, when you're carrying the tray, try and shuffle a little when you walk. Like this. And if you drop that tray, boy, I might cut you.
And now, Laughing's News of the Past picks its way carefully through a grove of apple trees to where England's great scientific genius, Sir Isaac Newton, sits pondering on the laws of gravity. Oh, this incident produced one of the greatest milestones in human history. Ooh. That's as good as it gets.
Excedrin headache number 1.
Gotcha again, little fella.
Ladies and gents, laugh and look at the news.
Oh, Miss Garson, that was so great. I brought you a little present, a flower.
Why, Henry, how nice of you. Thank you. Now, I have something for you.
You do? Oh, Miss Garson. Oh, you shouldn't have. Thank you, Miss Garson.
He's a nice little fellow, really, but an easy mark.
What a cute Christmas joke. She gave him a wrapped boxer. And the boxer gave him a wrap. I think it's funny.
Ho, ho, ho! Well, it's Christmas time, and we're all very busy here at the South Pole.
Toy boy. Once more it's time, you practice your flounder later. Once more it's time for the Mod World, and tonight, Laugh-In looks at extremism.
What a coinky-dinky.
Is that it?
Why, only last night I was out with this lady and I was making some observations on the extreme left and the far right.
Well, I hadn't any idea you were interested in politics.
Who said anything about politics?
Oh,
She had an outlook you couldn't overlook.
I'm talking about people who go too far.
funny? That's what she was talking
Is
about.
that? No, I'm talking about extremists in anything, not just politics. You know, for example, don't you think we ought to cut down on this excessive violence?
Yes, we've gone too far.
Excessive fashion?
Yes, we've gone too far.
Excessive sex?
Now you've gone too far.
No, no, really. Rick, now, there are people today who overdo everything, and the average bedrock American family is starting to complain.
Well, any family whose bed is on a rock is bound to complain sooner or later.
Look at this new morality that they call it. Dick, take these dancing naked women.
Well, I'd like to, but they won't stop dancing.
No. I'm trying to tell you about today's extremists.
Extremists?
Yes, extremists. Now, what would you call a man who drinks to extreme, who gambles to extreme, runs around with women to extremes? You'd call him?
A swinger.
A swinger. No, you wouldn't call him a swinger. Now, what I'm trying to say is today we all could use a little moderation.
Ah, all righty.
Don't you agree to that?
I
Moderation?
agree. I believe in moderation completely.
Good.
As long as you don't overdo it.
Well, that's good enough for me. Hey, let's see what Mud World has to say about extremism.
Okay.
Extremism means going too far. I date nothing but extremists. Is that going too far?
Tonight, I lecture on extremism, a major factor in history. Since recorded history, there has been extremism in eating habits. It is known that the first Druid chieftain ate only dried figs, dried raisins, dried prunes. Unfortunately, he fell in a river and blew up.
My neighbor's a religious fanatic. He says the world is going to come to an end next Saturday. He better be wrong. I'm only half finished with the ark.
There is also extremism in sports. For example, a man in Dubuque, Iowa, sat through different sports events each night of his life. Baseball, basketball, football, hockey. He was the first man in medical history to develop a case of athlete's seat.